Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunita, along with my two co-hosts, Tracy from Miss Tracy Kessler and Kelly from NOFO Endless Summer, we hop on every Friday to talk about everything North Fork. I have to start my day by giving the weather report, and most especially today because it is gorgeous. Yesterday was like a summer day on the North Fork, and today is shaping up to be beautiful as well. I'm excited because I think I mentioned as part of my North Fork life, I'm also a member of the Slow Food East End organization. And so I'm excited that my fellow board member and chair, actually, Pennie Schwartz, is going to be joining us today to talk about everything Slow Food East End and what they have coming up, or I should say we have coming up. We have an Earth Day celebration that we started last year, which is going to be an annual event. So I'm looking forward to that event and also to having Penny on. I don't know what's going on with the tech again today. I see Penny in there and I'm trying to accept her, but it's not working. But good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Isn't the weather just glorious outside?
How could you be anything but perfect on a day like today?
I almost sat up outside and I was going to sit outside, but the birds are so loud that I figured there's no way we're going to be able to hear the conversation. It's just going to be so loud.
I don't know. With you and me, I think even with birds, they could still hear our conversation.
Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, friends. I cannot believe how warm it is.
I went to Greenport yesterday because my husband has a chance now to work a few days in Greenport sometimes. So it was lunch day. So we walked to the deli, to Sterlington Deli, picked up food and walked around Mitchell Park. So many people, short, sleeveless. Like I didn't see bathing suits, but cover-ups, flip-flops. And I'm like, is it summer? We're in April. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I think our plants, though, and vegetable plants are going to get a little confused. So
well, I'm confused. So
exactly. Yep.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
It's good. I was telling Penny at the top of the show that I was thinking of sitting outside, but the birds are so loud. I don't know how.
Oh, I know. Do you hear them?
They're excited.
It's a beautiful sound. It's a beautiful sound.
So nice.
We missed it.
Let's dive into it because Penny has so much to share. First of all, that you are one of the very, very few repeat guests on our show. So welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I guess I could wear many hats, so please ask me to be on again.
Anytime. What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about Earth Day. Actually, a few things, but let's really focus on Earth Day. And I'm just going to do my quick elevator speech. If those of you who are on and not familiar with Slow Food is an international organization. It started in the late 80s in Italy, Rome to be exact, when they were going to open a McDonald's on the Spanish Steps. And the Italians are like, oh, no, we don't do, like the way I use my hand like I'm Italian. Oh, no, we don't do fast food. We do slow food.
I love that. I never knew that.
Yeah, right. And out of that grew this huge international organization dedicated to good, clean, and fair for all. So we are in 160 countries. We have 150 chapters in the United States, and hooray for us, the East End, which goes Riverhead and East, both forks, we're the largest chapter in the United States.
And most active.
Good job.
Not just largest.
Most active. We do things all the time. We do things for fun because, I'm not going to be in an organization where I'm not having fun. And at the same time, we wrap up having fun with doing good things and educating the community and taking care of people and making sure people have access to good, clean, and fair food and supporting our farmers and supporting our restaurants. So that's what we do. And I invite you all to become a member and find out more about how you can be involved in this great organization. That, by the way, is an all-volunteer organization. So we look for people to help. We look for people to come. So in that vein, our next event is next Saturday, and it is our second annual Earth Day celebration. I am really, really excited about it. We hosted at the Sisters of St. Joseph's Villa in Hampton Bays, and it is a spectacular location. It's a gorgeous piece of land that when you walk all the way down is the Shinnecock Bay. It is beautiful. As soon as you pull into the property, there's a gorgeous garden that's run by, oh my God, the Ecological, I forgot the name.
Culture Institute.
Thank you. Otherwise, I'm like ECI, what I understand. So they have a great community garden, and the produce they raise there goes to St. Rosalie's in Hampton Bay. So they're actively growing for a food pantry. So we're going to hold it there. We have great vendors.
I lost Pennie.
I did too.
Pennie,
Somebody
we
trying
lost
to
you.
call her?
Pennie. Did you hit something?
No,
Maybe
I'm trying to call her.
change positions.
So we have great vendors. We have.
I see Chef Balo on here. He's going to be bringing his delicious food truck.
That was the next thing was going to be out of my mouth. Chef Balo, who, just a little plug for him. Not only does he do great food and these wonderful things called stuffies, but he's also making a vegan dish so everybody can come and eat and have some delicious food. Now, of course, because we are slow food and it did start in Italy, of course, we have to have wine. So, I mean, of course. So thank you to the Long Island Wine Country. And they are a conglomerate of all the different winemakers and vineyards out here. And they are celebrating their 50th anniversary of bringing this great wine community to everybody. And
it's shocking to me that we are at 50 years of Long Island wines. I mean, like TikTok, the time has just gone by.
I know.
But that's awesome. That's awesome.
And when you think that excuse me, I'll age myself, but when you think that the 70s or 50 years ago, to me, it's like, it's the 70s. It was like 20 years ago. So that's amazing that the 70s are 50 years ago. So that they were very gracious, and a lot of the vineyards donated amazing wine. So we have food, we have wine. It's going to be a gorgeous day. You can stroll. We have a lot of fellow nonprofits who believe in good, clean, and fair, who support a lot of Earthworks. Will be doing compost demonstrations. We'll be hearing about food waste issues. Long Island Peconic Land Trust, who's celebrating their 40th anniversary, will be there. Quail Hill is going to come, who is a farm that's part of Peconic Land Trust, and they're going to be helping us start vegetable seedlings. We have presentations. Now, at the end of this gorgeous property,
Pennie,
right
what's
on
the time of all this?
Excuse me?
What's the time for all this?
Thank you. It's from 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
And there's no charge. We do have an Eventbrite link. It's still no charge, but this is going to give us a way that we can sort of like figure out really that we have enough food, really that we have enough wine and supplies. So if you could go to our website, and from there, you'll see the link. You can find it on all our social media, Slow Food East Ends, and click through. And so we have an idea who's coming. But on this gorgeous property, at the end, on the Shinnecock Canal, is the Shinnecock Kelp Farmers. And there are wonderful women who have started in the last 2 years farming. And it is a fabulous industry. It's regenerative. It's nutritious. It helps the oysters. It helps the waterways. So they'll be there. They'll be demonstrating. And they're also going to be some of our presenters, because we have people coming to present for the day and give us a little education. So the Shinnecock Kelp Farmers will be presenting. Cornell Cooperative Extension is coming down. They're going to be talking about their oyster seeding program. Peconic Land Trust, 40 years of what they do. They're going to share that. Do you know about Relic? I love the Relic. These guys from Relic.
They were on the
They're
show
so
before,
wonderful. And I'm really proud to announce that Slow Foodie Stands is partnering with Relic. And if you've seen what they do down at the beaches with the little beach cleanup, little baskets, that we're going to sponsor 67 steps in Greenport.
Yay!
Yay! So that's going to be happening. So we'll talk about that. And you just get to walk and talk to people. Slow Food, obviously, since we're sponsoring this, will have a big presence, and you'll get to see what some of the things we do. Our Flower Power program, I'll talk about that in a minute. Our Chef to School, our Edible School Garden program. Pre-pandemic, we were the largest school garden program in the United States in the Slow Food chapter. We had 30 school gardens that we sponsored. We had 3 master farmers that we sponsored. And now, post-pandemic, we are actively supporting and helping this program start again. So one of the things that we do is we give $10,000 in grants every year to school gardens. So if people need irrigation, if they're building raised beds, if they need deer fencing. So we support them financially, and we support them with a master farmer who goes to help in whatever way they can. So that will be highlighted.
Penny,
And
can I ask you a question?
You can ask too.
Earlier in the show, you said become a member of Slow Food.
Yes.
What does that mean? What is
Well,
I'm a member, and I still don't know what it means. So please enlighten me.
Okay, so the question is, why should you become a member?
Not why, but like what does that mean? Am I paying
You are
a fee?
paying,
Okay.
yes.
And am I signing up to volunteer? Like what does that mean, becoming a member?
Well, becoming a member doesn't mean you have to volunteer. Becoming a member means you get access to all our events. A lot of our events that are paid events, we offer at a discount to membership. You know, like the old membership has its privileges.
Yes.
Membership has its privileges to Slow Food as well. And you're going to get put through a network that is filled with education about farming, about gardening. You will learn in the world of Slow Food International to see what's happening around the world with food, with wine, with regenerative agriculture. There is so much that the Slow Food Network has to offer.
So
Wait, no. I get 2 questions.
You do
I get 2. She said
2 questions.
I get 2. My second question is, do you guys teach or help with composting?
We are going to be doing that at Earth Day.
Great.
ECI will be doing a demonstration on composting. Absolutely, yes. Something we all need to do, which really ties in with the whole food waste concept.
Yes.
So I have chickens. Probably the best way to compost is I barely have any food waste, because if I'm not using it, I give it to the chickens. But what if you don't have chickens? Let's learn about what we can do with our food. And if it's food we don't use, then the next step would be to compost it and give it back to the soil and the garden. So absolutely, we'll be touching on compost.
Great.
And
Kelly, I talk to Penny every day, so you get 2 questions, I guess.
and to become a member, you can go to our website, slowfoodiestand.org, and it'll put you through the link, how to become a member. The most important thing to know about joining is they're going to ask you which chapter. And there's a pull down tab. You go to New York, and then you pull down, and it'll take you to East End, Long Island. You want to become a member of our chapter.
Okay, great. All right, Sunita, you may go.
Oh, no, I was going to tell you.
I didn't have a question, but that was very informative, considering the fact that I joined last year and I really didn't know what I was doing.
Well, I hope you renew and find out more about all the things that you can do and all the events that we do. Look, we have so much set up already for this year. We have a what we call a walk and wine. So you walk through a garden, you get a glass of wine, and we used to do potlucks pre-pandemic. The potlucks are coming back. I have to tell you how I became involved in Slow Food. is when I moved out here and I was looking for like a group. I see this slow food. I like what they stand for. I'm going to go to the potluck. And I said to my husband, we'll probably need to go out to eat after this because I'm vegetarian and what am I going to eat and blah, blah, blah. And we went and I saw all the food that people made with local produce and all that. I said, okay, this is my group. So the potlucks are amazing. So in July, we're doing a walk and wine potluck.
And for the people who don't know, you're vegan, right?
I am, yes. And there's tons of food. There is tons of food. So walk and wine in July at Bridge Gardens, a walk and wine potluck at Norfolk Flower Farm in Southold, which last year we had a double rainbow. It was amazing.
Are there non-alcoholic choices for walk and wines?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There is. And there's beer too. So there's a little bit of everything for everybody. So come and check us out. Now I'm going to hit on something I mentioned before. Flower Power. We're going to have a Flower Power table there, and you can come and taste and sample the bread, which is yummy. So Flower Power is a program that we started 2 years ago. Actually, April is 2 years. And that was in response to the pandemic because people were, really the population of people who needed to go to food pantries was rising. And unfortunately, that still hasn't stopped. And at a food pantry, you get staples, you get dry goods, you get canned goods. We're very fortunate here in Cass that the amount of farmers that donate produce, and you could get, protein and things like that. But nothing smells or spells love like a homemade bread. So one of our board members came up with this fabulous recipe, and the recipe bakes 4 loaves. Believe it or not, it is easy. And we have videos that'll walk you through the process, and we do demos that you could see what's going on. So the recipe bakes 4 loaves. You donate 3, you keep 1. So we do it every other week. We're up to about 100 plus loaves we're donating. So far, we started originally with the Norfolk Spanish Apostolate. God bless you when you try a
I'm like sitting in the sun. I'm trying not to
I see you.
Allergies.
I know. So we're at the Norfolk Spanish Apostolate in Riverhead. And they have a huge community that we've been helping for 2 years. We recently started about 2 months ago with Cass, and excited to announce that we are now reaching to the South Fork with the Heart of the Hamptons, which is a big food pantry in Southampton. So to get that off the ground, or to make sure the population of people who get food will rise. I'm very punny with bread puns. We're going to have a demo at Heart of the Hamptons next Wednesday, April 19th from 5:30 to 7. So if you're interested in baking, you can come to that. If you're interested in finding out about the Heart of the Hamptons, come to that. Again, we have an Eventbrite link, so we know how much to prepare. You can find that on our website. But I know previously people who've been, I want to bake, but I live on the South Fork and it's not convenient for me to get to a drop off. Well, this is our first go in the South Fork area, and we're in conversation with someone in Bridgehampton too. So we want to have all areas covered, one for the community that it serves and one for our community of bakers.
And I just want to say on the North Fork, we have 3 drop-off points for those who choose to bake. So you can drop off in Southold directly at Cast, and there's a drop-off if you're dropping off for the Riverhead Pantry in Southold and Jamesport. So there's several options.
There is.
And another thing,
Hampton Bays too, at the Villa. That's also a drop-off point. So depending upon where you live, we're trying to make it convenient for you to drop off.
And also, if you sign up for the baking program, it's not an all or nothing. We're all busy. We all have lives. So you'll get an email reminder about the calendar of when the baking date is. And if you can bake that week, great. If you can't bake that week, don't worry about it. It's not like you feel like now I'm in here and I can't do it. And so some people obviously don't use the 4th loaf for themselves and end up donating it. I know I keep throwing mine in the freezer, and at some point I'm like, I just have to give all 4 loaves. But it is a delicious, hearty, whole wheat, it has chia seeds, it has flax seeds. I mean, it's a really delicious bread.
Really, and a lot of the pantries were concerned if their population was going to eat the bread because they were so used to like a very bland white bread. And I have to say, it's gone over really, really well. Like people know, oh, today's the bread day, so they're excited to get the bread. So yeah. So join in whatever way you can. Come to Earth Day, taste the bread, see what we're doing, find out more about the organization. And I just welcome you to be part of the Slow Food East End community.
Awesome, Pennie. Thank you for telling us all about it.
Be on and the opportunity to talk about what I love so much.
I mean, I was going to say when I joined Slow Food, I just joined because it had the word food in it. And then I met Pennie and I heard about all this good stuff. So I'm so grateful that you were able to come on and share everything about Slow Food so we can get more people to join all the fun stuff we're doing.
Please come. Please come. It's going to be a great day. You know, even if it looks rainy, there's something about the events that we do that it always turns bright right when we're going to start. So don't worry about it. It's going to be a fabulous day. But just in case, rain date Sunday.
Tilly and I will be there. We're looking forward to it.
Nobody else has to come as long as Tilly's there. I'm fine.
Oh, hold on. I signed up first.
Okay, you'll be there.
I signed up first. All right, thank you, Pennie. We're going to continue our conversation about the NOFO Life too. You're welcome to hang out.